What's up, my notary family? We're back. Tips on Wednesday. We're gonna talk about how to get paid. How do you get paid? Um, Shoes. Some signers want shoes off in their house. Cultural thing. Debt consolidation. And there was one more. Calling the signers. Call them ahead of time. Call them early. Give them enough time. Okay. That's what we're gonna talk about. Cue the intro. All right, we're back. We're back. So, first thing, debt consolidations. I don't know if you've ever done one. I've done 3. You don't get those. I don't get those often. But you got to be a little more sensitive to in a debt consolidation. Come with a more. I'm a little more comforting because it's not fun. It's not a fun process. Normally, debt consolidations are less than 100 pages. You can print them all on letter, and at least the ones I've done are all on letter, and they don't want scan backs. So that's nice. You just print them and um, have them sign it. You might do one stamp, sometimes maybe not even a stamp, but um, maybe one. I think the last one I just did one, and that's it. Most of the pages are just initials, and there's maybe 1 or 2 pages that breaks down payments and their obligations, and that's it. So it doesn't take that long. And the last one I did paid 100, which was I was not expecting for a debt consolidation. Um, and the other one I did before was 75 or 65. There was one with 75, one with 65, which is still good. I don't mind doing that. But you got to be a little bit more sensitive. They are in debt, over their head and paying bills themselves. So they need a little bit of help. So they're not in positive mind as people who are doing refis right now who are getting a good rate and they excited. They can't wait to sign. You doing debt consolidation, you trying to do that, you're not looking forward to it. So, just be a little more sensitive in that situation. I mean, I still keep the same vibe, but I may not throw out jokes. I just come with just a little more comforting vibe, a little less authoritative. Because when you do a signing, you got to take the lead. You're the leader. You set the tone. This is how we need to sign. This is how we need to do the dates. It needs to be exactly like this. If you have questions, I can answer questions about this, but not about this. If you do have questions about that, you need to call. You know who, so they can give you a clue. Okay. But debt consolidations, I don't mind doing them, but you just got to know ahead of time when you're going in that situation that people are not looking forward to going through that whole process. They are looking forward to getting themselves out of debt and back on the right track. I've been there, where I was young. I had credit card. I must have had 4 or 5 credit cards. I'm in my early 20s, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. I can pay it this. I'll charge it and pay it later. No problem. I have my job. I can make my payments, but then charge and pay it later on one card, then charge and pay it later on another card, then charge and pay it later on another card. Then you got all this to take care of, so it can't get over your head. So I totally understand what people are going through. So just be a little more sensitive in that situation. Just know what you're going into. It's not like a regular signing. Not like it's gonna be something crazy different. You still sign the papers in the same way, but it's just mentally the signers are in a different state. That's all. Not a big deal though. I'll do a debt consolidation all day long, no problem. Taking your shoes off. Taking your shoes off. So make sure you got some clean socks. Clean socks and your feet smell good. So twice, 3 times I took my 2 shoes off. So twice it was for Indian families that I walk up to the house and all their shoes are all everybody's shoes is on the porch. And I can't stand wearing shoes. If I could, I'll wear sandals to every single signing every day. I don't like wearing shoes. Um, so I don't have a problem doing that, taking my shoes off. So sometimes, culture thing, and people want to keep their carpet clean, and you know what you step on outside, and you don't want to drag that into the house. So culturally, Indians and Asians are big on no shoes in the house. And I did a signing for an Asian man, and he had the same thing, shoes on the outside, and I, walk in and say he had the tile right there inside the front door, and then it was carpet the rest of the way, white carpet. So, and I said, oh, you want me to let me take my shoes off? You want me to take my shoes off? He's like, yeah, cool, no problem. So I did that. So I have no problem doing that unless you don't want to take your shoes off. Maybe I'm bring some baggies like the PG&E guys do and put the garbage bags on your foot. If that's what you want to do. So just a heads up. I don't know if anybody ever been through that, but if you see the last name Singh, which is the Indian last name, then something to consider. Or if there's an Asian last name, just something to consider. You can say I don't take my shoes off, but I got these garbage bags I can slide over my feet. But I can't wait to take my shoes off. Um, so that's that. So just a heads up. And how do I get paid? So most of my signings come through SnapDocs, and you attach your bank account to SnapDocs, and every time you get a signing through SnapDocs, they'll deposit the money into your bank account, either your checking or your savings, whichever one you got set up for it. I think if you just put your account number and routing, it'll go to your checking. Excuse me, but that's how it is. And most companies will pay at that 30-day mark up to 45 days. I've never had a company pay me uh, past 45 days. The latest I've been paid was 40 40 days, I believe. I believe. So some of them have that 30 to 45 window. So just a heads up on that. I have had companies pay me at 28 days or 27, but the average is about 30 35. So if it hit that 30 mark, I'm not worried about it. If it hit that 35 36 days, then I'll send them an email. But I haven't had any issues getting paid. For some reason, I must have had like 6 or 7 signings that was, they said, ready to deposit, and then it didn't go through. But when I on SnapDocs, when I logged in my bank account information, I just did it with name and password, but then that didn't work for some reason. I have no idea why. Then I had to go back and then put the routing number and account and routing number. For some reason, who knows? So I had to wait a little bit longer. I wait over the weekend for that to go through, and wait another few more days for it to clear again and drop the check. But anyway, that's the process or you get an e-check. I forgot about that. Sometimes they'll send you an email with an electronic check, and you can handle that a few different ways. You can print the check, which is what I do. Let me show you. I'll show you my printed checks. I just do print the check out on my computer. I take a picture on my phone and upload it into my bank, and it normally clears in like a day or two. Yeah, here's all my checks. Yeah, so checks. So when I get my e-checks, I get the check on the front, and you'll get a second page like this, where it has payment amount, the reference number, and the dates you did those signings. So, and I'm save all these checks for my records, and it feels good, knowing you got the job done and you get paid. So that's how That's how I get paid. If it's on SnapDocs, it'll come direct deposit, or if I just go straight to, straight from a company that's not on SnapDocs, maybe they'll email me. They'll email me, and I go to their website, print out the documents, and then after so many days, they'll send me an e-check, and I'll print that out. There's also an e-check website that some companies will just use and upload the check through that, and you'll just need to make an account. And once you do that once, you're all good. Then you can just log into that e-check website and then print your checks out there. Or the company will send you an electronic check in your email, so you can have that direct deposited, which may cost. Or you can do like me, not be lazy and just be patient for 2 days. You already been patient for 30. What's 2 more days to save a few dollars off that direct deposit? And then just take a picture with your phone, have it uploaded, and you good. In a day or two, you got your money. So it's not a big deal. So that's how I get paid. Okay. So it's just my notary tips. I'm gonna try to drop this every Wednesday. A few tips on random stuff. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about next Wednesday. I'll just think of it and start talking. So that's that. Deck consolidations, be a little more sensitive. Shoes, be prepared to either take your shoes off or put the bag around your shoe. And how to get paid, which is what we all love. Who doesn't love to get paid? That's why we're doing it, right? Time, freedom, and good money. It's the perfect combination. Outside of, that's another tip. Driving, and you're always in some place new all the time. Some people, you may not be able to, you may like doing the signs, but you may not like driving and being in somebody's house, different place all the time. You're in a new environment, so there's no comfort zone, no routine comfort zone there. So that could be a challenge. So think about that. Think about that. And don't take a lot of signings every day, all day. I know I say I'll do signings every day, but I do take breaks in between them. Like today, not today. Do I have signings? Yeah. Sometimes I may just take one, and maybe two, but back to back to back, it can get a little bit draining. So, just think about that. Manage your time. Cut some time out for you. If you want to watch a movie, do something nice for yourself. Enjoy your free time when you have it. Don't try to just work, and make money, because you're gonna go crazy, like Casey and JoJo. All right. Thank you very much. I love you guys. See you next time.